Hello YouTube, I'm Jack Clark, the Musketeer, coming to you with another video. Hello, how are you? So yes, today I'm coming to you with a deck profile. And yes, this may be a deck that you've seen many other YouTubers do, Call 40, but I thought I'd give you my own personal take on it because there are some bits that I like, some bits I don't like with other builds, and I thought I'd just throw my hat into the ring and just show you bits and bobs and what I think. So this deck is for next format. It's using the next format list, and of course is using Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru. However, since I am a Mac user and I'm far too old school to using Dev Pro, we do have proxies. So Diamond Dust Cyclone is the proxy for Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru. So just treat it as such. So I'm going to go through the deck, you know the drill, tell you my card choices, bloody blah, and I'll tell you a bit about the deck and what's so groovy about it. Now, I've always been a big fan of Koa'ki Meiru. I mean, not as big a fan as Dubk Dad, but I mean, I love this deck and it's so much fun. But I do have some various tech choices which I thought actually may be worth talking about. So first off, we're going to talk about the Fire Fist portion of the deck. So we've got 2 bear, 1 gorilla, and we have a coach soldier wolf bug. Not technically a Fire Fist, but these will all work in conjunction with each other. Now these all really are your engine, so you can get your tankies, which can search for your Knights. So bear allows you to do that. I'm not using 3 bear, I'm using 1 gorilla, just simply because actually the popping of the spell cards is nice, and I like the versatility of just being able to, okay, my opponent's got a monster I can defeat, then I can go for a gorilla, or oh no, my opponent's got something I can attack over and do damage, then bear. And I do like being able to pop spells and traps because it does mean on many occasions where I can just get rid of a tanky or a fire formation that's already on the field and just pop a back row and then push. So I do like and advocate the use of a gorilla actually, because I mean you can search for everything with Tenki, so you might as well have the options to search for with Tenki. Coach Soldier is again that kind of reason. It allows me to get back a bear or a gorilla and go for an immediate rank 4, which is normally Tiger King, and I say normally, almost exclusively Tiger King, just simply because I can search for fire formations, and actually the effect negation is uber lovely, so I do use 1 copy of that, but I only use 1 copy of that because of course I have a limited amount of targets. Next off we have the 3 Koa'ki Meiru Crusaders, 1 Koa'ki Meiru Tornado, and 3 Koa'ki Meiru Knights. Now Crusader and the Knight are obvious. Knight of course is the Summoner Monk of the deck. If you reveal an Iron Core of Koa'ki Meiru, then you can summon a Koa'ki Meiru monster from your deck that is level 4 or below, and with 2,000 attack points, he is huge! And Crusader, when it destroys a monster by battle, you can add a Koa'ki Meiru card in your graveyard to your hand, and this allows you to recur the effects of Iron Core of Koa'ki Meiru and a Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru, and of course you can get back Knights and you can get back other Crusaders. Now those 6 cards in total are very, very standard, and that's the main basis and the main kind of driving force of the deck. However, I'm a weirdo, so I'm using Koa'ki Meiru Tornado. Now this doesn't really have much synergy. It's not a wing. It's a winged beast. It's not a it's not a beast warrior. However, this is just a tech choice for me that I particularly like. Now its effect is that you can return an Iron Core of Koa'ki Meiru from your hand to the top of your deck to destroy all special summon monsters your opponent controls. Now in this kind of deck, that's quite a hell of a cost, really, because the Iron Core is what makes your plays happen. But I do like this as thus I field wipe. Because Iron Core is now so easy to search with the Diamond Core, this effect can be used on and off a lot more. And plus it can be tutored directly from the deck with Knight. It's not Knight, of course, its revealing cost is Beast Warrior, as is Crusader, but its ability to summon Koa'ki Meirus from the deck is not limited to just Beast Warriors, so I am able to just summon this from the deck if they have problematic monsters already on the field. That alongside with Bear means that actually my opponent's not going to have much on the field that I can't yet take care of. So I'm using a copy of that. That's just a personal tech choice, and I may take it out, I may keep it in, but it's always worth playing around, because Koa'ki Meirus, there are a lot of Koa'ki Meiru monsters, and it's just worth trying them. Next off, we have a Tour Guide engine with 1 Tour Bus from the Underworld. I'm not using Wind Up Rabbit or anything like that. They're very nice beaters, but I'm just going to go standard. Tour Guide, of course, goes for a Tour Bus, and I'm using Tour Bus as opposed to Night Ascent or anything. It's because we have such a low Koa'ki Meiru count. One of the reasons I'm also using Tornado is the fact that actually you only have, like in a standard Koa'ki Meiru deck, you only have 6 Koa'ki Meirus you actually focus on. And of course you make loads of Xyz plays, but if in the late game or mid game, you'll run out of them pretty soon. Or like you have an Knight, but you can't make your play because you actually have run out of Koa'ki Meirus in your deck. That's why I've got Tornado, but it's also why I have Tour Bus. It allows me to actually, I can put a Crusader back in my deck if I need to, or an Knight back in my deck if I need to. So this actually has a really useful well, it's got a nice use that I think is well worth it, especially considering Tour Guide plus it equals a rank 3, which in all cases will mean I can go for MX Saber Invoker, which can get Knight, which allows me to make off all my plays, which is fantastic. And the rank 3 accessibility in this deck is like, you have to have it. It's amazing. Next off, we have, of course, we got my staple cards, so to speak, quote unquote. We have Book of Moon and we have Dark Hole. We also have the free MSTs, but literally, Book of Moon is nice for disrupting players. Dark Hole, destroy all of the things, and MSTs just simply because this deck can OTK like no one's business, so you want to get rid of your opponent's spells and traps. But yeah, those are pretty self-explanatory, really, despite the fact I just explained them. So we'll go with the 5 formations, actually. So we got 1 Gyaku, we got the 3 Tenki, and a Tensu. This Gyaku used to be another Tensu. The Tensu is amazing because it allows you to make even more plays, because you will have times when you'll open an Knight or open another Koa'ki Meiru, so it's always nice to be able to put that onto the board. If I open Diamond Core, Tensu, and or an Iron Core Koa'ki Meiru or something that can search for the Iron Core, then like OTKs right there. It's ridiculous because Tensu basically it just allows you to put another Beast Warrior onto the board, be it a 5 formation, a 5 fist even, that allows you to pop stuff, or of course another Knight, which of course means you can put even more stuff onto the field to OTK with more bodies and more damage. So I'm running 2 of those, but I mean I'm running 1 Tensu. I used to run 2, but I did find that sometimes the second copy was redundant because of this. Of course, I can search for it quite easily, or the fact that I can summon an extra one wasn't necessary. So I'm using 1 with a Gyaku filling the next spot because it's just a nice card. And of course, if I'm going to stop my opponent from activating cards in response to my OTK pushes, then it's just nice. I mean, being able to stop one of my opponent's face-down cards. And plus the 100 attack points, like all of the formations, is actually very nice because it means that Knight with 2,000 attack points, which is really nice for level 4, it means it can actually get over stuff because these formations will start to fill the field quite quickly. Next off, 2 Forbidden Lances as well, because of course this deck is all focused on attacking over stuff, and of course it's nice to protect my Knight when I make those pushes. Of course, we're using the 3 Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru, which of course is why this Diamond Dust Cyclone is here. And for those of you who don't know what Diamond Core of Koa'ki Meiru does, it is a spell card that allows you to search for any Koa'ki Meiru card from your deck and add it directly to your hand. And then, of course, you can banish it in your graveyard to make sure that Koa'ki Meiru monsters are not destroyed that turn. This is, to my knowledge, including their conditions to destroy themselves during the end phase if you can't reveal or send an Iron Core from your hand to the graveyard for their effects, because it doesn't say by a card effect. But, of course, rulings upon the card's release will clarify this. But for the time being, it means that you can mitigate, because you're using so few Koa'ki Meiru monsters, you may not be able to use the core, you may not be able to reveal for their effects, then that's fine. But also it acts as another form of protection, because if you're going to go in for a push, then you can banish that in your graveyard, and your opponent can't destroy them. Yeah, sure, they can still deprison, but, I don't know, like Mirror Forces and other destruction-based cards are screwed. So if you can use preemptively, you can use it preemptively and make sure that your opponent doesn't torrential tribute if you make the correct predictions and such. So Iron Core, I mean Diamond Core is like ridiculous. Like Koa'ki Meiru's needed support, but I didn't think they would get so lucky with it. Because of that, you only need to run 2 Iron Cores of Koa'ki Meiru. You of course had to use 3 before, and it would clog. It'd be horrible. It's a card that you don't ever really use. It does have an effect allowing you to recur it, but this is basically the key to activating Tornado, Knight, and all of your big plays. But because you can search for it with Diamond Core, you can only run 2. You can just run 2, which means it doesn't clog, and that's just beautiful. Of course, the trap lineup is pretty damn simple, except for 1 tech choice. Of course, we've got the Bottomless, the Evac, the 2 Prisons, the 2 Mirror Forces. I'm liking the Battle Disruption stuff because I just like having good generic back row to fall back on. I'm a very back row heavy guy when it comes to decks, so I'm not very comfortable in being able to make big pushes if I don't have something to fall back on. So I do like a big trap lineup. But I also have the Transmigration Prophecy. Like I said with Tour Bus from the Underworld, you do like to shuffle them back into the deck, and this card can do that as well. However, this card is very nice simply because you can disrupt stuff. Again, being able to choose 2 cards in the graveyard and throw them back into the decks is awesome because, well, you can shuffle back in Diamond Cores or Tenkies or whatever you want. So, like, stuff that you want in your deck, you can pop back in, especially Koa'ki Meiru monsters, so you can summon back with Knight. That's its main use. But it's just nice as a good disruptive trap, actually, because people do underestimate the fact that, oh, look, there's so much graveyard-based stuff, so actually, Transmigration Prophecy does help with that. Now the extra deck is mostly just rank 4 span with a couple of rank 3s in there. The only important ones that are really worth talking about are going to be MX Saber Invoker, which of course is the reason it gets most of your, it will get your Night plays actually rolling. Of course, Underworld, your tour guides will be used in conjunction with each other to get this, so you can get that. It's another way to search for Night outside of Diamond Core, which is just awesome because it's 1600 attack points as well. So even though that is quite weak, it's still actually, it puts on more damage onto the board and allows you to search for Night more. That's all this deck is about, it's just consistently and doing fast pushes. So Invoker is invaluable in doing that. We have the Tiger King, which of course, if you can make a rank 4 in this deck, you may not be able to make your Night pushes immediately, but like with Wolfbark and your other Firefish, you can slow roll it and then get Tiger Kings onto the field a bit slower than that. And Tiger King, as much as it is a very nice monster in itself, is literally simply there so you can search for your Tenkies, which can then search for that. So again, that's just another consistency card. Of course, this deck does use number 101, and it does look Exciton Knight, which I can't believe they called it an Evil Swarm because I just can't stand translation like that, even though it's technically correct, but not really. So it does use a lot of rank 4s and has a hell of a lot of options, so you don't have to go for OTK. Sometimes you can. This deck does have options, and it's such a fun deck. Oh my god. What I love about this deck, my particular build, it is very standard. Of course, there's lots of room for customization as well. I mean, Koa'ki, as much as I say his name in well, not in the best of lights, his deck has, of course, he's got lots of stuff that he likes preferably, so like you can use stuff like Wind Up Rabbit as a rank 3 fodder, and of course an ultimate floater, and of course like I'm using Tornado. So this deck has a lot of room for customization and all sorts of stuff like that, but this deck is uber fun. I'm so happy that Koa'ki Meiru's got some support. I had a Koa'ki Meiru deck way back in the day, and they are still chilling in my binder. All my Ultra collections and my Iron Cores and my Knights and my Crusaders, and now they're going to finally get the playtime they actually deserve. So if you like this deck, do try it out on Dueling Network or Dev Pro or whatever dueling platform you like. But that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you think about the deck in the comments down below or as a video response. But that's pretty much it. I'm Jack Clark, the Eagle Musketeer. More videos coming to you soon, and until then, goodbye.